this video, you will discover 5 interesting behaviors that set old money apart from society. Stick with me to the end of this video to discover what makes them so different in their attitudes and psychology. You see, many old money individuals are descended from the early industrialists from back in the day. However, the recent old money generations have now ventured into current and recent demands, living by the values and approach of their ancestors. So, maybe that's why this quiet luxury aesthetic has ventured even further than the shores of Europe. It's spread to far Asia in countries like China, who've now adopted the trend. It's even called Xiao Qi Feng. So, what's behind this psychology that makes it so irresistible? Number 5. Heritage and ancestry. Old money, you know, they cherish their heritage like it's the most precious gem in the world. You won't catch them disrespecting it for anything, no way. They hold it close to their hearts, and you'll hear them talk about their family legacy with a twinkle in their eye. Now, it's not just money that gets handed down to the next generation, it's a whole lot more. They get treasures, values, and a sense of gratitude for their ancestors. They don't just grab everything greedily, no. They appreciate where it all came from, and they're always ready to honor their family name. Take the Waltons, for instance, the folks behind Walmart. They're owed money, and they've been passing down their business through the ages. It's like a tradition for them, a way to keep their history alive. But I'll tell you something strange about these families, which is they'll go to great lengths to keep the riches in their bloodline. The Rothschilds are a classic example. They resorted to intermarriages within their own clan to preserve their fortune. They'll do anything to keep their lineage untainted. That's a little bit extreme, but they also don't want to fade into oblivion. They make a mark, a big one. Just look at the Astor family. They were like the pioneers of aristocracy in the US, leaving their legacy all over the place, earning them the nickname Landlords of New York. Their influence is still felt today. Most folks don't even bother to learn about their ancestry, but for old money, it's a mission. It gives them a sense of purpose, a link to the past that guides their future. They're a unique bunch and they're proud of it. You can become like that too if you just take one step further into your history. Number 4. Revered Image. You know, the old money crowd, they've got this aura of respect around them wherever they go. It's not like they go hunting for it, it's just something that naturally clings to them. They're a reserved bunch, and they've got manners and character to spare. It's a rare sight to see them getting into arguments or disputes, especially in public. They're all about respect and honesty, and that makes people naturally want to be around them. Their tone of voice is like a magnet for respect and attention. It's almost magical how it makes listeners follow and emphasize. They switch between formal and informal as needed, regardless of the situation. They stay factual and respectful. These traits shine in every conversation. You don't need to be upper class to earn their respect. They keep things fair and simple, believing everyone deserves respect and honesty. Maintaining a pristine public image is essential to them. Well, when you're highly respected, you want to keep it that way, right? Well, that's how the old money folks see it when it comes to public image, although there are a few deviants who just love the trouble. Still, these individuals still learning the ropes of good behavior from a young age, they know the rules and expectations, and they stick to them like glue. It's a bit like the royal family, you know, following certain guidelines, especially in public. If you'd like to become old money, you'd need to behave respectfully to earn respect, and that's why you rarely catch some of these individuals causing a ruckus in public or being loud and disruptive. There are just things they just don't do, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Number 3. Cultural engagement. You can really tell them apart by how they act, what they believe in, the stuff they do, and more. Even though they're pretty different, there are some things they all seem to share. One big thing is their love for culture. Old money folks are all about being themselves and doing things their way, but at the same time, you can't ignore the things they have in common. One of those things is their deep love for culture. That's why you'll often find old money people into things like culture and art. They are the ones who often support cool places like art galleries and museums. They also like to help out with charities, which means they give back to the community. For them, art isn't just pretty pictures. They know that it's tied to history, which also interests them. That's probably why old money behavior in Europe and the US may share common threads with old money behavior in other parts of the world, like China. Here, old money aesthetics may bear the influence of Confucian values, which place a strong emphasis on filial piety, humility, and moral integrity. These principles guide their conduct, creating a distinct Chinese old money ethos. So, If you ever meet an old money person, don't be surprised if they're all about culture and tradition. It's just the way they roll, and they do it with style. Number 2. Body language. You are sure to spot an old money individual without any introduction by their actions and body language. Their subtle body language can communicate the power they hold and their personality. Their upright and confident posture gives off assurance and strength, and other people might get unconsciously drawn in to respect and trust such a person. Many old money folks can be so confident in their actions that they rarely waver. Many times when they speak, they do it with their eyes focused on you, and it just shows how much they're invested in that conversation. Their direct eye contact wouldn't allow any doubt for even a moment, as it shows just how engaged they are. Knowing that such an important figure is listening so attentively, yet assertively to you, also gives you a confidence you didn't know you had. Probably why some old money individuals are not quite afraid to say what they have in mind. They'll tell you as it is without fear of being rebuked for it. Number 1. Habits and values. Many old money habits are like their second nature, and they form a big part of who they are, such as how they handle finances. You see, they didn't become rich overnight. Okay, scratch that, they actually did, from their inherited wealth. But it took a lot of time and effort to maintain that wealth. They invested wisely and stayed committed to their goals. These habits guided them towards financial success. Now, these habits aren't something you'll find in most people. If they were, we'd all be swimming in wealth. But they set the old money apart from the rest of us. Instead of splurging on the latest gadgets or luxury vacations, old money folks are more careful with their spending. They think long and hard before parting with their money, as you'll see in some of our other old money videos on old money aesthetic. They use their time wisely. Instead of wasting it, they engage in activities that benefit them in some way. These actions become habits that are hard to shake. It's not about showing off, it's about making every dollar, or probably pound, count. Family is paramount to them because in the end, it's all for their loved ones. Just like the guanxi concept in China that refers to the network of relationships that one has. Old money families in China believe that guanxi is essential for success. They are always willing to help each other out, and they're always looking for ways to expand their network. These values and habits mold them into the people they are. If they acted differently, who knows if they'd have the same wealth. There are sad examples of old money families like the Hartfords who lost their fortune. They owned A&P, America's first grocery store chain. Their story shows that even the old money can stumble if they don't stick to their habits and values. So, in the world of old money, it's not just about having the cash, it's about how you handle it, how you spend your time, and what you hold dear. These things define them and make them who they are. Well, now you know why old money is so different all round. For more old money aesthetic content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next video.